Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Hands up, hands up if you're in a bad mood after seeing this Champion Chase tournament today. Yeah, I've already seen a lot of people talking on my Discord server. Very unhappy about this. In particular, our rare champion here today at 3,200 points. Why is this so rough? Why is this so tough? Main reason is that we were expecting the usual number is usually around 2,500. Why I think this is such kind of like a slap in the face, right? Is that by saving up, and let's do it right here, right? By, sorry, I've got these guys in my my arena defense. Let's just put in some whatevers. All right, here we go. Grand, cool. By saving up these fusion rares for now, you can fuse up the epics and you can get yourself some points for free, which is really nice, right? Well, here we go. We fuse this guy up. Boom, there we go. We're going to get a few points. New epic, lovely, there he is. 250 points, right? And we can do that 3 times. We can get 750 points from fusing the epics. So by them increasing the cost from 2,500 to 3,200, they're basically saying, okay, if you are playing the game well, if you are smart about it, you're managing your stuff, you get 50 points off instead of getting the points off that you should. It's just so ridiculous, this. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this, needless to say. It's just really annoying, honestly. Like, someone comes in and saves all this stuff. This should not be something that you have to do. This should be like a bonus reward. There should be a perk. I've actually got some extra rares because I pulled extra in the other event. Yeah, it should be a perk. It should be something cool. Like, yeah, you saved your stuff. You're going to be able to do the fusion a little bit easier. That's not the case at all. That by fusing these 3 epics up, by saving everything, great. Now we're basically back to needing effectively 2,500 points on top of this, which is what we hoped we wouldn't need in the first place. Very frustrating, very frustrating. Anyway, let's go in. We do have a 10x for this new champion, Lady of Ireth, on right now. So that's kind of interesting. It's one of those things, I bet the Japanese like have a word for it. It's one of these, like, you know, either the Japanese or a German have a word for this, right? It's where, okay, I kind of want this champion because she's brand new and I obviously don't have her. But then I also would be really disappointed if I got her as well, in a sense, because she's probably not really that useful for me. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's like I want this, but I'd be disappointed if I got it. There's got to be, it's one of those feelings that, yeah, like I said, the Japanese or the Germans or something would have some big word. The Japanese would have this really short word that perfectly encapsulates that feeling. And then the Germans would have this monstrous compound word, which describes it in like one single word. That's about 10 shoved together. Anyway, let's pull. I expect it's going to take us at least, or roughly 8 sacreds. It depends how lucky we are. So we need the luck. We need that 2x luck to come in clutch. The Lassel is definitely not doing it for us. Really old school epic. Looks kind of cool, but just not that good. Can't hold his staff either. We need luck. We need the gold. We need the legendaries. Otherwise, we're going to be pulling a whole bunch of shards. I think she's actually okay. She might be new for me, actually. I don't know if I ever had her before. But decreased defense there. Weaken on her A2. And then chance for extra turn on her A1. It's actually quite a decent single target kit. She's got good base speed there as well. Man, no gold. Aethar remains a classic Demon Lord champion because of his 4 hits that put poison. Actually remains a pretty good damage dealer for the Demon Lord clan boss because of that. Number 4, it's gold. Number 4, it's okay. Well, we've got her already. Morrigan. Okay, we got ourselves a Morrigan. Previous fusion, she is a good champion. And you know, one thing I will not complain about is there are a lot of really good Undead Horde champions, legendaries. And guess what? Boom, boom, there we go. Lock it in, 10% more HP. I will take that because if I look at my recently used, Masifi now is 10% more HP. That's an extra 2,000 health for her. I'll take that. Rotus got another chunk as well. It's an extra 1,000 and a bit for him. I'll take that stuff, and it's progression on towards the more powerful things. Yeah, look at that. Aina was actually new. Or, yeah, Aina, whatever. She's been in the game the whole time I've been playing. I've just never happened to pull her. That's crazy, but that's how it is. It's funny. Sometimes there are these epics or legendaries that just slip you by and you never quite manage to get them. By the way, there is going to be this, is it an event? Maybe it's an event. There's going to be a champion. Oh, it's an event. There's a champion training event tomorrow. They mentioned this in the news that will have good rewards. I'm not sure what to expect. One thing as well, that's a big question mark for me, is that there is a skin for Gnut, the Fire Knight skin, which looks absolutely awesome. Gnut dressed up as Fire Knight. It looks so much cooler than basic Gnut, who looks, let's be honest, rather plain. This looks super cool, so I was wondering what they would do with this. Probably a champion training tournament. That's how they've done the harder to get skins, or a summoning tournament, something like that. I don't know, but look, hey, we need to pull more shards, so let's pull more shards. Come on, can we get another gold? Alika is actually really good. AoE books a 100% chance, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Of increasing the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 2 turns. That's pretty awesome. That's great. Lock them out for well, basically locks them out for 1 turn. But on an AoE with the 3-turn cooldown, it's really nice. And her A2 is a 2-turn cooldown. Ignores 50% defense if their max HP is higher than this champion's. This hits so hard. She's actually a really strong champion. I know Saf from HH Gaming loves her for things like Demon Lord Clan Boss. Another epic. Okay, it's a Ruella. Cool. Well, that's kind of nice for my faction guardians, I suppose. Going to be really good for that faction crypt. Good speed, giving you turn meter and crit rate. Then bringing decreased defense, weak, and decreased speed. And stealing turn meter. She is quite good for that faction crypt. Let's lock her in there as well. My second dupe for the faction, that gives us 10% attack. Gonna speed us up. Actually, yeah, we had the Sylvan Watchers. How have you guys found it? Sylvan Watcher faction crypt opened up today, so I've got up to stage 10. We 3-starred everything. I am using, well, I already did a video. If you want to check it out, I did do a video on my sort of ideal team. At the moment, I'm using Elva, Oella, and King Galkapar. I'm using my 3 legendaries. And then I've got Ruella and Dahi in there as well. Actually, no, I don't have any gear on Ruella yet, but I would use her. I'm using Dahi, and I'm actually using Pathfinder Kate right now because I do have her built in like a stun set for some secret rooms and stuff like that. So she is actually seeing some use. I've lost track of how many shards I need. So this stuff is always slow to update, man. We still need 1 or 2 more. That's pull 1. If we get goals, that would be beautiful. Yes, beautiful. It's an undead. Okay, he's new. He is new. It's Saito. I was like, are we going to get another undead faction guardian in the same video? Saito, he is brand new for me. That's cool. I believe this guy is actually based off a content creator. And it's kind of funky. He's a real Shadowkin themed champion, but from the Undead Horde faction. Obviously, when he was added to the game, that was, I think it was even before I was playing, as far as I know. And obviously years before Sylvan Watchers were added in. But he's a cool looking champ. He's A1, double hitter, 50%, 60% chance when booked of putting decreased defense after the first hit. Puts an extra hit if the decreased defense debuff is placed. So it's a little bit dodgy. It hits pretty hard though if it does place decreased defense, but it's quite random. Enduring Warrior, 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attack one enemy. Before attacking, puts increased attack and crit damage on this champion for 2 turns if his defense is higher than the target's defense. That's quite weird. So you kind of want to target, I guess, their squishy champion to make sure you get those buffs. Nice that he provides those buffs, though, going into something like Live Arena. He can buff himself up. Decrease the cooldown of this skill by 1 turn if the target is more than 50% HP after the attack. Well, you really wouldn't want that to happen. He's an attack-based champion. So if you're targeting someone with lower defense than him and they're surviving, you're going to be pretty unhappy. Army Breaker, attack one enemy, then attacks all enemies except the initial target if there are 3 or more enemies alive. This is a 4-turn cooldown AoE. Does 20% more damage on the first hit if the target is higher max HP than this champion. A bunch of funky stuff happening in his kit. I think this can hit pretty hard. Vendetta ignores 7.5% enemy defense each time this champion attacks the same target enemy in consecutive attacks or turns. Okay, stacks to be lost or reset if he targets and attacks different enemies. So keep focusing down the one target, and he actually will build up to doing a lot of damage to them. What's he got? 30% attack in dungeons. Okay, random. Yeah, I've seen him used a little bit in Arena. He's sort of like that B-tier nuker where he's not the best of the best, so you don't really see him used very much. But you do see him sometimes and does hit hard. That's an interesting one to pull. Like I said, he's brand new. And man, that is still not enough. That is still not enough Oh my god, to get this. We must be just one short. Yeah, we're one short here. Wow, that is brutal. We got 2 legendaries, and it's not enough. Let's see, what do we get? Another legendary? No, it's an epic. It's Tomoe. I just pulled a 6-star soul for her. I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell it back. She's just not... she's got some Shadowkin buffs, but like AoE decrease attack and... Yeah, Shadowkin. She's a cool champion because the faction grip stuff. And this passive is a fun idea. Makes heals and turn meter fill effects 20% more effective on Shadowkin. But it's just not strong enough really to be useful. And boy, we have ripped through a whole load of sacred shards today. Damn, we ripped through and we got 2 legendaries. And with all of that, we've only barely got enough by fusing 3 epics. We fused 3 of the epics. We saved up. We planned for this. Fused 3 epics. Pulled, what was that? I think that was it 6 or was it 8? I think it was 8. Maybe it was only 6. I don't know. We pulled a big chunk of sacred shards. We got 2 legendaries. We got pretty lucky with our sacreds. And we only barely got enough to get that rare. That is actually kind of insane to me. That's insane. This is a really tough event. Look, guys, I can only wish you luck is all I can do. Look, we've got Ambassador Lethalin. He's obviously new. We just fused him up. We've got Hyena or Aina, which is nice. Obviously, Saito is brand new. And we got some Faction Guardian stuff there happening as well. The Morrigan and the Ruella. Ooh, it's a tough one. Look, if you can do it, definitely do it. Gnut is absolutely worth it, even if you got to dig through your gems and pull a bunch of ancient shards. If you got to somehow scramble to get maybe some of these other fusions done or whatever, definitely do it if you can. Gnut is absolutely worth it. Remember as well, you should be able to fuse Gnut during CVC. I'm probably going to play it safe, level this stuff up. I've got 1 more of these rares as well to get, and he's coming from the Dungeon Diver event, which is ending today, basically. So make sure to get this done. I'm going to be sending my auto battles off now to get that done. And yeah, then I'll probably level them up for this champ training event and just play it safe and then fuse Gnut. Remember as well, you need about 1 million silver. I think it's 1 million to fuse up Gnut himself. So don't spend all your silver. Make sure you have enough and summon him during CVC if possible for some extra points. But make sure not to miss it is the main thing. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.